That worked. Okay. So just that you know, if you
It,
if that happens to you, you can sign in on the account that you set up the Zoom call in, and then you leave and you assign your other login as the host, and then you can have recording capability. So just a a Zoom tip
huh,
real quick. But okay, so we're going to talk quickly about OneNote. I find this as a highly effective um, organization tool that has basically completely changed my life in reality. And I'm going to just share this screen. And does everybody see that? See that okay? Oops, actually, I
Hi.
guess I should
Hi.
need to hit the share button again. Um, okay, so on the right here is OneNote, and on the left I just have the Chrome browser because I'm going to show you a couple things of what things you can do there as well. So real quick, here was so I told when I got into OneNote when I was about to start my MBA, I was trying to figure out how am I going to keep notes, throughout this thing, and so that I can use them later and have a ready reference tool. And so I researched several things, and OneNote, especially being part of the Microsoft Office suite and integrates with Excel, with Outlook, everything else, it just made sense. And I found, um, it was a great tool where I could keep all the notes and have the whole curriculum, and then it syncs across my phone, across a tablet, across your computer, and you have it forever. But not only is it good for like curriculum, and I also use it for my projects as a program manager. I keep my minutes on there and do minutes on the fly so that people can see them as we're doing the meeting, and then I can email out the minutes and actions, within minutes of the meeting close. So it's just a super useful tool. But I'll show you really quickly here, like this is what I did for our MBA program. And it basically, OneNote is you create these notebooks you see here on the left, and it's like having a binder where you've got binder and then dividers inside that binder, which are sections, and then pages in those sections. But you can do not only sections, you can do multi-section groups, which those are these here. So in the MBA program, like this was theme 3 and it had 3 different classes. So I have under here, I created, that was a multi-section group, which all you do to create to create notebooks, you can just come over here, file, new, um, new notebook. Let's just say training notebook, create. And then you can invite people and share people editing or viewing ability as well. And you can invite now or you can invite later. I'm not going to invite. This is just an example. So there, I just created this new notebook. You see down here, training notebook. And there's a section already. But what you can do is here where the button is, you can add a new section, or you can add that's why I want to quickly show you a section group. So then you open the section group and you can create multiple sections in here. So it just gives you another way of dividing down, and now I'll go back quickly to that MBA program, what I did here. So under that multi-section group there on theme 3, click on that. I've got different sections in here. So I had admin for that, all the basics of that as we were starting that semester. Here's our marketing class. And then over here under marketing, here's all the emails I had from the instructor. Here's the quizzes. Here's all the slides we got. And then as you see how I've got handwritten notes. So I would print these files to OneNote, and then in class I had a Microsoft Surface I was using, I would write notes as we were going through the lecture. And you can even record the audio. I mean, it's amazing what you can do. But they as far as learning, you learn better writing notes than typing notes. So that's why I did that. So, but you can see, but I mean, and you see how like I've made sub pages here from like up here, you see emails. So I was breaking it down even a little bit more. And then all you do here is you could go, let's say, add a page. And then, okay, here's an untitled page. Let's say page. And let's call this one sub page. So you can tab this one over. Whoops. You can make a sub page, and then see how that organizes all of that. So now you've got a notebook, a multi-section group, sections, and then the sections you can break it down however you want, to make it as, to separate out the different parts of the class, etc. Does that make sense? Is any questions on that? No. Okay. And so I told you guys I've taken like the CFP curriculum right now. So I started doing that as well, and I'll show you quickly. Here's what I did, our new class, planning for retirement. So I have all these sections spelled out, and then it's all the discussions that we do, that we write up, the quizzes, the slides, the webinars, the formulas we need to know. All, it's all just separated, organized so that it's easy to find, but all in one place. And so that, I think it's great. Like I said, a great tool for learning things, for keeping track of notes for classes. But I use it actually daily in my entire life. Oh, here's also diet and exercise. Like I've got all the different kind of workouts, different kinds of workouts, different diet, health, nutrition programs, etc. I've got all spelled out here. Under home stuff though, I've got so shopping lists. We all go to the stores, right? And don't you buy the same stuff when you go to the groceries? So why keep a paper list? You buy the same stuff. So here, go to the groceries. Now I've got, you see, you can make all these with little to-do boxes, and then oh wait, we need some more green apples, uncheck. So as things go on the fly, you can just make your shopping list, and then it syncs to your phone. You go to the store, check. You walk through. Never, don't need to write a list anymore. Don't need to think of if you forgot anything, because it's all just right there for you. Certain things I do, like on a regular, like a routine basis, I'll do barbecue. And barbecue, I have a lot of specific things I typically buy. So I've got a separate list just for that. And then, like, oh, it's time to go. So I'll uncheck everything that I need, and go. Oh, Costco, we go there all the time. Here's my Costco list. So it's Trader Joe's. I just keep them for all these different things, because heck, I use them all the time. And why recreate the wheel all the time when I can just create little to-do lists and uncheck and check them as I go? So I find it very, very useful. And then you can, down here, if you just suddenly think of something like a to-do list, you can create a quick note as well, and start something new.
Hey, Alan,
Yes.
can you create things in other, like, can you create a slide document or like Google Slides and import them
Yep.
into
Absolutely.
this?
Absolutely. And you can do it there's a couple of different ways. A lot of times the easiest way is just to print it to OneNote, but you can see up here, you can, let me go, I'll go to that new notebook I just created. I could insert a file attachment or a file printout, and you can go and, select, I'll just, this is like the Canderful thing that they just gave us for training. So I'll just show you, like, oh, let's put this in, insert. It's going to take a second. Voila. Now it's in my notebook. And you just put it wherever I just threw it in that new training book notebook since this is an example, but you just put it wherever you want. Like you were saying, you had those files you created in Google Sheets or whatever. You just that goes into whatever notebook makes sense. The other thing I like, and that's why I've got the browser open. How often do you guys go and like find a new recipe? And you're like, I want to cook that. So here's an example. So I was like, this looks pretty good. So one of the things you want to do with OneNote is go to Google Chrome, and the extensions you can get that, I've already got it on here, but I thought I'd show you. But just go in here on, or just in Google, like I just say OneNote Chrome extension. And it goes, okay, go there. And then see, I've already got it added, but you just add it to Chrome. And then that's what that is right there. So then you're looking up a recipe, like any of you guys have something you're interested in, like a recipe you want, well, any food type. Well, I'll just show you real quick how with the example of this chicken quesadilla. Okay, so actually I logged in already.
My face was not because of lack of interest. It's just because I want all the food, Alan.
Okay, logged in. Whoops, okay. Now you can, here's the recipe, and usually places, these kind of things, they have like a print button. You can print it like that, with the main picture, with the nutritional information. And then when it comes up here, you see how I could print it to, a PDF, or just print it to OneNote. That's what I mean. And then print, and then it'll pop up a little, where do you want to put it? And let's see, I'll put it in dishes, casseroles. That's say okay. Voila. Did you see that pop up? And then just retitle.
Yeah, question. When
Yep.
you've printed that into your OneNote, can you edit it at all now, or is it, printed as a?
Yeah, it's not. That's true. But you can come in and take notes as well. So and what
right on top.
You could write on top of it. Yep. So I've
Cool.
done that. I'll see if I can find an example here of where I have done that. And there's probably, Nick, there's probably a way. I need. There's probably somebody knows how to do that, but I don't think so when you print it. But you can make all this. One thing I'll show you real quick is you select it all, and you right click, and you can, if these are images, you can make all the images searchable so that you can still find that text, which is really cool. And I'm going to go back to menus. And show you guys something here, because it's just what you were asking about, Nick. So let's see, menus. I think this was one that we used to. I was trying to find one because I know I had written all over one. Sorry, you can see I've had several different recipes that I've or menus that I've put in here. Okay. Oh, there we go. See, so I went in here and circled, ones that we liked. That way I wouldn't forget, because so it just had it, ready. So just, using a little pencil, updating it there. So the other thing, and that's the same thing. Like here's an example I showed. I did this just to save time. I've already printed this off, but we go to this sushi lounge a lot, and there's kind of standard ones that we eat that we order. But here, we have to order some gluten-free and some not, and so I got the gluten-free rolls here, and I just updated this at GF, and you can see all of them down here. And then if there's specific ones, people like, you just circle, yep, that way you don't have to think about it. And then here's the non-gluten-free, and I printed them different ways. So as an example, what I'll show you here, when you clip to OneNote, when you can print it as the full page, which is the example here with the gluten-free one. I did the full page where you see all that, or you can do the article, which cuts out a lot of the the useless ads, etc., on a lot of pages, and just gets to the meat. Or you can even just clip a region, like, ooh, I just want that happy wife roll, and you can clip that, and then say, bam, clip, and tells you which location you want to go to. Yep, to menus, clip. And then it'll show up here in a second. You in OneNote, and it pulls up online if you click on that, but then you'll see this will update in a second, or you could even kind of force it more quickly. Let's see, go file. Sync it quickly. Oh, it's already there. Okay, now you see that the clipped one one of them. So, but it's surprisingly useful, I think, and it's really easy once you know it just takes a few things, playing around. But you just create a notebook. I create notebooks for all sorts of things now, but we use this for planning travel. So we'll look at places, or we just went back to let's see. Oh, I've got like all my TSA pre-check stuff, all that kind of information all saved right here. Vacations we went on. Let's see, what did we, it's just writing. But
Hey,
here,
Alan,
yep.
are you accessing that through a web page or a desktop app?
I've used the desktop app. You can do it either way, but I like the desktop app better. I just like how it displays much better, and I feel I can navigate around much more quickly that way. So I prefer that, preferably. But let's see. So I'm trying to think. I think that really, I mean, hits it. Most of the main topics. I guess up for questions from you guys, if that made sense, or if you want me to go into more detail on something or demonstrate how to do something, let me know.
Yeah, I'd really love to know, like, how can you search through it, and is it easy to make, especially when you're pasting things in from other sources? Can you still search through that stuff?
Yep. So let's go sushi. Since we just put some sushi stuff in. So now it goes into, it doesn't just look in, you know how like sometimes if you're searching just in File Explorer, it just searches that folder that you're looking in. This looks at your at everything. It's not looking just in this even notebook. It's looking, you see over here, it's got in the MBA, the MBA notebook. I mean, it looks at all of the notebooks, so it finds everything. And you can just go, like, okay, and then you just click on, oh yeah, this is the one I was looking for, and go to there, and it goes right to it.
And so that actually found the word sushi on the menu, in the picture of a menu then.
Actually, this found, so because it
Oh,
was
the
actually,
link.
you see in the link, yep. And this one, I don't think I'd made the text searchable, but now it is, and it probably it would find it in there as well.
Nice.
That
Cool.
was something I
That's
learned
really
about,
cool.
learn about a little more, later. So I probably have some of these I need to go back and make them searchable, but it's, I mean, it's great. So, like, and just going back to it syncs automatically to your phone and everything. And so, that's what I love about like the shopping list. You just go, uncheck and check, and then you never have to worry about forgetting stuff at the store, or or writing down a manual list. It's just very very, very useful. So so yeah, it's kind of where I keep my whole life, is kind of organized on this. Helps for somebody with some for me, I kind of get maybe I'm a little ADD. Helps keep me
So you can
focused.
you can share, I'm guessing you can share just one document, one tab, or a whole folder, or like you
Actually,
can
let's
hit.
see. You think you need to share the entire notebook.
Okay.
Let me see. Actually, let me see here if you can. So you can, yeah, in general, one, you don't, if you want to just share it immediately, you're not looking for people to say you want to just send out minutes, notes. you don't need to share, you just email it. So go to home here and it says email page. Takes a second, voila, now you've got all the minutes, type into whoever you want.
Oh.
And you email the page. So that's what I do after my meetings all the time, is I just immediately email page, email it to the group that's in it, you know, and voila, it's done. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can go in, but if you want to actually share a notebook, you know, go in and you can go share this notebook. And you can share a copy, just a link, or you can just share it. And then it's one thing always notice though, the default is edit mode, which in general, if it's yours, you don't probably want it in edit mode if you want to just let people see it. But you can always go back. You always have power of history to revise things. Even if somebody did give somebody editing and they deleted something on accident, you can go back and fix that in the history. But you can instead go, can edit? No. How about can view? And then you can type the name emails in, you know, whoever you want, apply, it sends the email, they get a link to, and they can see your whole notebook, but they can't edit it. But if you mess up, which is easy to do because the default is edit mode, you can go back into your history and see page versions and then update, you know, view all recent edits, last 7 days, you know, it's pretty cool.
How far does it go back? Is it 7 days kind of thing?
Now it goes back as all pages sorted by date. I mean, you can go back as far as you want. You can go back years. You can go, yeah. So it'll save you. You know, if you know it was something. What did I do in the last 2 weeks or something? You know, you don't have to see so many things. It'll you know, but you can look as much history as you want.
Wow. Is this
So
taking up like half of your phone, just keeping all this data? Or?
it's I have to look. It's surprisingly, it's not like it's much. The you know, photos are so large and videos. These are it's really relatively not a big deal. It's probably a pretty large file, but I mean, it hasn't been any. I've never had to trim it down because my OneNote notebook is on the phone. OneNote app is taking up too much space. You know, so but it's just so convenient, you know, and you just, you know, just have it there, you know, and even like I could go, you know, I'm about to go take an exam, say I'm about, you know, prepping for an exam, I could quickly go, wait, dang, what was that? What was that? What, yeah, sorry, I'll get rid of these search results, you know, what was AMT? That was, I wanted to look up, you know, bam. Okay, I could, you know, you could quickly do that on your phone. Just go like, you're just about to walk into an exam and you'd be like, wait, what was that? I forgot that formula, or, you know, some specific thing. You can look it up real quick. And then you have it fresh right before you walk in. Then you know, it's just very, very useful. So.
Do you find yourself kind of able to do a lot of that on your phone, or do you tend to go towards the tablet where you can have like a stylus and write more effectively, use it more effectively?
When with the shopping list, I just do it on the phone, but things like the curriculum, I do it on the computer, because also, you know, I'm opening files, I'm downloading files, then printing them to OneNote. You know what I mean? So that's just so much easier to do on the computer, and that's where I do my prep work for, you know, for classes is on the computer. So that's where I do that stuff, and then smaller things, shopping lists, that kind of stuff, I just update on the phone.
That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
Cool. Any questions that I could answer, or things that didn't make sense, or want me to demo anything?
No questions for me, but I'm gonna say thanks a lot, Alan. This is awesome. I'm gonna download it and try it out, but I do have to
Good.
pop out and
Yep.
go to a little meeting now. But thanks
Okay.
a lot. I really appreciate it.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Bye, Nick. Good luck
bye,
on your
Nick.
Good night,
interview.
everyone.
Have a good weekend. Yeah,
Bye,
and
good
happy
luck.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, same to you. Happy Thanksgiving,
Thanks.
everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Okay, Ashley and Cassidy. Yep.
I have a question. So do you use something else for a calendar? Do you still use like Google Calendar on top of this?
Yes, I do. So, and
Okay.
really actually for to-do lists, I still like for ones that are like, I'm talking long-term recurring things like, okay, I need to update my passport at such and, in this many years. I need, military IDs updating, that kind of stuff. That I do. I used to use, it was OmniFocus, but they didn't keep Apple updates well on the phone. But Todoist is a great one. I mean, that I would have a specific app for those kind of things. You can use it. You can tie this in with Outlook and create those recurring things. You can do that. Like what I can do is say, I'm just going to do an example here. Let's go. So you see there's the checkbox to do, and I'm going to say passport renew. And you can go in here and do, okay, so, whoops. So you see here where I've got that flag, you know how you can flag things and out. So this, but you can go in here and go custom date. And then I'll show you, it just popped up in Outlook reminder in here. And I could go, okay, passport renew. February 23rd, 2023, reminder, 8 a.m. Save and close. And now it's going to give me a reminder on that date. But you can do it. I just think those other apps like Todoist is that's all it's used. That's all its purpose is, and it's really good at that. So it's a little bit simpler, if that makes sense. And I still use like, because at work we use Outlook, and so that's my main calendar I use is the Outlook calendar. So unfortunately, yeah, I still have to use that, but this ties to to all of that as well. And then you can print things, you can do things from, you have a little button on Outlook as well that ties, like sends it to, can send it to OneNote as well. So.
It's pretty cool. You
Yeah.
have this probably configured better than most people's Salesforce org.
Thanks.
Yeah,
It was
pretty cool.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm gonna stop the recording now. If that's it for questions. Like, okay, let's see here. I'll stop sharing. And
I wish I had that at the beginning of my Salesforce.